Hey guys, Ray from bailbondbidsnow.com. Sometimes it's asked us about federal bonds. Generally speaking, federal bonds do not use bondsmen. Bondsmen are generally, for the most part, are state charges, which is what ends up in your county. Usually, when someone's arrested by the FBI, the DEA, sometimes state agencies, they'll end up in federal court with federal charges. And yes, you can get bonded out in federal court, but it's a little different. As I said, in a nutshell, federal court bonds do not use bondsmen. In that method is what it is. The judge will look at the balances, danger to the community, will they report to court, and that judge will set a bond. Usually, many times, it's just a promise to pay. It's a contractual obligation signed with the defendant, or maybe somebody else who's willing to sign on the defendant, promising that if that defendant runs, that they'll provide collateral, their house, a car, a cash account, or something to that effect. Sometimes the federal judge or the federal magistrate will have them. It could be just the defendant themselves. It could be someone signing also on their behalf. As I just stated, they can also sometimes require a certain percentage to be put down, such as sign over the house plus $1,000 or $5,000 in cash that's deposited with the clerk, and that is usually done by a relative or a friend. And so, different. There could be a few people on that federal bond, so vastly different. So, generally, don't let anyone tell you out there that you need it for a federal bondsman. Our marketplace, bailbondbidsnow.com, is not for that. And once again, very different. If you are in the federal system or someone you care about it's very. They will initially be within a few days of arrest. They'll have a hearing, and it's real quick. And generally, from experience, you probably want to tell your attorney or your court-appointed attorney. The federal government do appoint attorneys, and you can try to reset that off and submit evidence to try to get that bond or work it out with the U.S. attorney to agree to a bond. So two totally different entities. Maybe that helps out there. And within the federal system, it's almost more professional for the most part. And that federal judge is not elected. They're pretty much there for life, or the magistrate. They're appointed by the federal judge. So the political pressures are not as much. And personal opinion, the sentences are very draconian in federal court, but generally in regards to making bond, I think you might get a bit of a better bet, of a little bit of a better opportunity in federal court, assuming it's not a massive, serious charge. All right, guys, hope this helps. Bye-bye.